Hi, and welcome to my channel on personal growth. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kate. I'm an integrative relational psychotherapist, a life coach, a yoga instructor, and an author. And I specialize in narcissists and borderlines. Today, however, I will be talking about another personality type, personality structure, or personality disorder from cluster B. Who belongs to cluster B? People who are either antisocial, narcissistic, borderline, or histrionics. Why is it relevant for you to know that? For one very simple reason, because all of these four personality types or personality disorders exhibit traits that are frequently common to all of them, or at least to a pair of these personality types. For example, you will see similar characteristics in people who are antisocial and people who are narcissistic, or in people who are borderline or histrionic, or in people who are narcissistic or histrionic. What I've noticed, for example, is that whenever people are talking about narcissists, they are in fact describing a type of behavior that is more typical for those who have a histrionic personality structure or a histrionic personality disorder. And it's no wonder that people mix these two personality structures or disorders because they have quite a lot in common. So what are the typical characteristics of somebody who we could describe as histrionic? Mind you, I really don't like to describe people as individuals who have an XYZ personality disorder, because from my private practice and in my personal experience, I can tell you that there are many more people who just exhibit certain characteristics or traits or have a behavioral pattern or style or even moment than those who actually have a personality disorder. Because if you want to diagnose somebody with a personality disorder, that individual has to fulfill several criteria from the list of criteria that describe a typical style of behavior, cognition, and experiencing and expressing emotion in an individual. So what is typical for histrionics? For example, histrionics are extremely uncomfortable in social situations in which they are not the center of attention. So if you see in a crowd or within a social setting somebody who is desperately trying to draw all of the attention on them, it's quite likely that that person is histrionic. Now, how do you know whether you're dealing with a histrionic or a narcissist? A narcissist demands all attention be placed on them. They thrive in a situation where all of the attention, all of the focus is on them. Histrionics, on the other hand, feel very uncomfortable if the attention is not on them. They will not do anything about it if the attention is not on them, while narcissists will demand that attention to be put on them, and they will do everything in their power to make sure that everyone in the room is listening to them. Histrionics will just feel uncomfortable and will rather just crawl away quietly without being noticed. So, uncomfortable in a social situation where all the attention is not on them. That's one characteristic. What's also typical for histrionics is that they exhibit quite a lot of sexuality in their behavior. What does that mean? That whenever they are interacting with other people, even people whom they've met for the first time or are meeting in a completely professional setting where such a behavior is inappropriate, they will be exhibiting a lot of sexuality, a lot of innuendo. They will be quite provocative. Narcissists can be charming. They can charm the socks out of you, but a histrionic person will be more sexually explicit. Now, I'm not saying vulgar, but there will be this tendency to exhibit quite a lot of sexuality. And you will also notice with histrionics that they make the best possible use of all of their physical attributes. So if they're good looking, if they have a good figure, they will make sure that all of these features stand out prominently. What is also typical for histrionics is that they tend to experience and express emotions very shallowly, meaning very much on the surface. They're not really capable of getting deep into a feeling. They don't feel deeply inside them whatever affects them or excites them or thrills them. They are very superficial. You can imagine them like, buzzing from one flower to the next, just touching base and moving on. Narcissists will be putting in a lot more effort and deep emotions when they will try to either charm you or influence you or convince you of something. What is also typical for histrionics is that their emotions shift very rapidly. So they might be extremely sad 1 second and then in the next one thrilled with something. So shallow emotions, rapidly shifting emotions, like actors who are changing their emotions on stage on purpose very rapidly. That's a typical histrionic for you. Histrionics are also very suggestible, meaning that you can convince them to do whatever you want to, basically, if you know how to sell them something that you want to sell to them. For example, narcissists are also quite impressionable, but not to the extent that the histrionics are. So how do you know the difference? For example, if you're talking to a histrionic and you're talking about something that happened or something that you want to do with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of conviction, then you will convince the histrionic. And if you're dealing with a narcissist, you will only succeed in doing that if the narcissist is envious of you because of your power, your wealth, your position, or something like that. Histrionics will fall for just anyone. Narcissists will only fall if they are dealing with somebody who is more prominent in their eyes or whom they believe to be more powerful, more influential, and so on and so forth. Now, histrionics are also quite melodramatic. They are the drama queens. They are very self-dramatizing. They talk about events that happened in an extremely grandiose way. Not in the same manner that narcissists do it. Narcissists will exaggerate in everything. So when you're talking to a narcissist, the narcissist will be telling you their life story in all of the superlatives, aggrandizing everything that happened. With a histrionic, you will have the impression that they are just trying to make everything look like it had such a gigantic emotional impact. They're overly dramatizing everything. And the language that they use is also aggrandizing. So it's very shallow at the same time, but they do try to, it's like they are trying to sell you an empty bag as a bag filled with diamonds. Something like that. What else? When it comes to relationships, people who have a histrionic personality disorder tend to present their relationships as much more intimate than they actually are. And that's a trait that is similar to narcissistic trait, in which narcissists will try to convince you that they know everybody on a personal level, even people whom they've never met or whom they've met just once in their lives. So narcissists will be talking about all of their connections, the influential people they know, and histrionics will be presenting all of these relationships as much more intimate. So here again, we are touching upon this sexual nature of histrionics, the way they try to seduce other people by using their physical attributes by using language that is excessive, too shallow, superficial, and similarly. So I hope that you have gotten at least a glimpse of how a histrionic is behaving compared to a narcissist. Now, if you have any questions or comments, I will be glad to receive them and respond to them. And if you like this video, to click like, share, and of course, subscribe to my channel. That will be all from me for today, and I will see you soon in another video on a different topic. Bye-bye.